Welcome back, everyone. Live on this channel. Are we live or are we not live? We have some further stuff to finish, which is working on a Linux distribution, and that is, of course, with change count regressions. And so running the second round, we need to add a little bit more code, because there's also our LZ, XZ migration here. And so we need to add a little bit of code in order to, what I think, trip exit. Now we streamed, I believe we streamed this on 5 seconds live. How I closed my last tabs on the browser. That's it, what it is. Welcome back. So we have some more code to add, building our next generation Linux distribution build system. Things already starts to be more amazing. Also, I did some other polishing earlier. For example, like previously, you would have been always more text printed. I further significantly clean up the information output there in download, because I'm really not a fan of stray random messages. But of course, we have some regressions, as I mentioned, so this is a second run. I committed already migrating hundreds of .gz to XZ, and now we try the same because there were only 100, whatever, 30, or not even 200, maybe, whatever. But of course now some stuff failed, so let's add, so for example, the Linux kernel fails now, because we need to add here code, but I hope I don't have too many. Not too many changes. What did I change there? Alright, this and config debug bypass, create ISO. Why did I change whatever happened there? I need to further clean up my working copy. So this fails because previously we had the hard-coded XZ. So probably I guess anything, no, it can't be just, not everything not ending in patch, because we have conditional patches. Maybe we add a function, proof of concept here. So we need to determine compressor for extension or something. So the problem is the naming. I would use, like if I would start a project from scratch, I would potentially use slightly different naming. But the thing is, do you want, after 25 years, do you want to mass substitute, like basically refactor and mass substitute, rename all the stuff? Or should we call this compressor or filter? Yeah, right now it's our decompressor. So, like basically that. I think previously we had compressor, right? Okay, let's call it compressor. So that would be X. And I mean, very theoretically, can this have spaces? And then if filter, a compressor, then why does it do patch? We patch that to some temp file. Do we also clean that up? Why do we do this? Why do we have to do this filter? What is? Right, we can also have some. What is the other filter doing? This is the argument. But why do we do this with a patch temp file? It's really low tech. Okay, fine, we can further optimize this another day. So if we have a compressor, for extension, not really sure. I mean, we could filter kit. We could actually. I mean, we could uncompress. We could. Fine, we do this later. Let's go below. So compressor. Maybe we better pipe this because some compressors otherwise decompress the file and so on. So I mean, basically we could here patch del. No, we have a compressor, right? Like basically if we had a compressor. Yeah, we will further probably change this to always cut it without a temp file. So compressor, and then we need to case or argument in etc. So basically we probably want to reunite this, also refactor this with a download. Because we have stuff here. So basically, theoretically, uncompress. Yeah, you had me at uncompress. Not really. Okay, this is actually. Yeah, so this code is also really stupid. This is called this old-fashioned stuff of historically grown stuff. So case. Well, this is how you really do it. X set. Okay, this is actually. We don't really need to match all this stuff here. So basically anything b set 2, basically. Then echo b on set 2. Should we? Come on. Okay, fine. I don't want to type return all over here. So b set, then x set. Usually I would, so we have set standards, t set standard, set standard. Okay, so then we do set standard, or set standard for some reason. Doesn't hurt. Now we could check if modern versions, but if we need explicitly xset. Do we not have set standard, set unstandard? Or do we even set standard? Would set standard cut not do the same? Not really sure, I didn't use it there. Then gset. So the goal is to implement it once. I mean, right now I only need. What do we need? We need x set or whatever I had there. We need something. So, I mean, the only reason to match it with dots would be this question is even are the shell wildcards or hopefully shell wildcards, right? TG set. We probably, I mean, if we ever have a file name, this over matches here. then we could do that. X equals z. Yeah, maybe we should, I mean, if we would want to implement this more defensive, maybe, you know, maybe we should do practice here better, practice better, promote better practices. Let's not overmatch this. Let's use this for now. Not to overmatch too much, not to accidentally, who knows what crazy findings we at times have. And that's also what defensive programming is, right? If there could be random input, then better prepare for that. Because the other would be TB set and stuff, but we could add that then when we unit this with download. So I hope it is compressed and not decom. I use this old Unix stuff, so only okay fine. Maybe it auto detects this, who knows. Whatever. So otherwise nothing. So others all beyond the 2. I mean, so theoretically we don't need to have quotes here, but like if we want to have this nicer syntax highlighting, then yeah, make it proper strings. So maybe only echo that, otherwise we have probably doesn't really matter, but if we have something, then echo, that probably should be fine, right? So then compressor, now we have spaces, that's better. I think that probably works, I probably should check that, but why not? Quotes, and then if we have compressor, then run it. Let's see if that fixes our Linux kernel. So the other downloads, others are hundreds of downloads, 0 frames. How much have we found? Oh, we found not the most. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't apply. Thank you very much. 649, does it have a chance to apply? And that's the difference, right? The file wasn't there, we didn't recompress, although this patch is small. But for the Linux kernel it would, also wrong. So much more like, I mean, maybe in a month already. The last live stream I was joking, when will I get this time back? But maybe sooner than I expected. Okay, this still doesn't apply, thank you very much. Yeah, so this I just imported a other people's forum patch. Because latest Linux kernel update doesn't build with Clang anymore. Obviously, nobody tested that. Let's clean it, let's rebuild it, and see if we can hopefully, maybe it's only white space. Is this only touching? Yeah, so much to copy and pasting from the web. Did the other file apply? A little bit puzzled. Okay, should be, so it should just remove section with rethunk save. Rethunk save. Oops. Rethunk save. Is this just this or what? Did I fix file? I fix file this. Like that. Yeah, this resets that we need to fix stuff here for every other section. Does it look identical? Export, fill, rethink, save, fill. So that is the latest, I mean, the MD mitigation trickery, right? In case you're wondering what nonsense that is what it is. And that breaks Clang. Probably builds with GCC bin utils, but we are one of the few who builds a kernel with Clang for scientific and performance purposes. So that would be hotfix AMD hotfix. Maybe I should rename this. Oh, come on. Or how did I even freaking name it? Oh, x86 hotfix. Okay, this name is not how it should be. I slightly wonder if the rest applied though. I'm not sure if I saw the... Why does this not scroll? Did this even change? Alright, it wasn't version anyway. Okay, the name should be hotfix. That's okay, I should fix the name actually. Because all hotfixes that soon later should be auto-deleted by data should be named starting with hotfix. So data nows or AI nows can be safely deleted. Why did it change? Why does it something is off with? Something's off with a checksum there. I need to check that. Probably broke something with our not previous video analog modem optimization from decades ago from the removing recompression. So we're still test downloading. Did we find not the most successful here? How many? Yeah, the problem is this doesn't have. I'm running a shell loops on this stuff, so I don't have the progress there. Yeah, that is also how you how you refactor stuff, right? Also like code duplication. I mean, it's not the most, but should be reunited or refactored with united with scripts download to have one filter generating function, filter determining function, not two open coded things. I should check if this exit or whatever. Okay, so this appears to build now, whatever white spacing was off there. That comes from a forum copy. Where did I? Maybe we run already some. Somewhere I had to shell loop with revert. Where did I have that? Maybe that. For spin status and packages, if it didn't download, then revert. Probably that. Okay, that builds unfortunately 6 minutes something. Hopefully it fully builds. Okay, so the good thing is this is already in functions. Do we include this from... We include functions, yes. So, do we have changes here? Okay, I have no multiple working copies with changes. Okay, I don't have changes, yeah, but okay. So we can then reuse it in a second. Yeah, it's crazy that it takes a while to... I mean, I could probably shell bomb that and like run 5,000 processes in the background to maybe do this, like instead of running this for 30 minutes single threaded with all the internet timeouts and delays. You know what, let's shell bomb my system. Will it survive live on YouTube? So this would be for all this stuff. Oh, this was over, so revert already. Okay, let's do that here. Okay, let's reuse this one. For all of this download once in the background. What could possibly go wrong? Did we run those? Okay, we have really many processes maybe. Oh, we have quite some. Are we still live? Do we have frame drops? shell bombing you on workstation live on YouTube. Yeah, 10. Maybe this is a background. So like probably 5,000 downloads. What could possibly go wrong? You wanted embarrassingly parallelism. Oh, we already finished. Thousands. Quickly. Unfortunately, we don't, do we really? Okay, this wasn't that bad, right? I mean, that is what we need. Testing your monolithic single address space Linux kernel stability by shell bombing your workstation with 5,000 sub-processes live on this channel. Well, actually, you know what? We're not live streaming from this. You know what? I'm cheating. I'm live streaming from a Steam Deck. I don't even live stream from this machine. Let's see if we found some more downloads. Which one is that? Even this one? Is this one? Maybe this one. Oops, wrong. Too many shells. How did I do this here? No, I did this here. Okay, this is embarrassingly probably download. Did not really find more downloads yet. That is unfortunate. So then, are we also... How many background processes do we have? 9. What is that one? Okay, maybe now they're done. Fine. Unfortunately, we need to do this again. Because... was it this? Maybe not. Oh, this was it. Hello? Nothing like quitting you. Because we need to, how do we do this? Probably we need to run this in the background with download or subversion revert. I probably should do, let's do that again. Should have done this in the... I was just not, I mean, it's kinda impressive. I mean, it's impressive that it doesn't kill the kernel. Even the PSAX runs quite a while now. It's like, have you ever run PSAX and it runs like for 3 or 4 seconds? Let's hope that results in a usable and somewhere. Yeah, just a tiny little bit of background process, that's probably fine. Welcome there from India. Greetings to India. Don't know coding. Oh no, you deleted your message. That is unfortunate, but I just was looking at it. Okay, that still fails. Mwah, mwah, mwah. No, that didn't fix the thing. If we applied it, we probably did apply it, or did we not? AMD hotfix x86. AMD claims that somehow patches only one file for some reason. There is something off. Or did I? Oh shit, did I close it already? Oh, darn it. Recently closed tabs. Where was this? Here maybe? No. I believe they also had the same issue and filed it here. There it was. Yeah, why you don't wanna... Here I had stolen it. Why was this only... Maybe we leave this one in that we just white space fixed. Some of this doesn't freaking work here. This shit copy stuff. Can we also freaking download it like... Yeah, modern software development. People share code on web shit and then you can't copy and paste the bloody white space damaged patch file. I don't have the highest hopes. Oh, no, it's for sure tab damage. And this is probably why the other thing is for sure tab. Do they have tabs here? I mean, we can try it. Don't have the highest hopes, though. Yeah, that is what I really hate about modern software development, right? People like all this web shit and then nothing really works anymore. This is so ridiculous. Okay, we still have quite some downloads here. Okay, we still run 9. This is not... maybe we had previously had the downloads. Or not? No, this can't be. This cannot be that all of those loaded with... No, this didn't somehow... No. Something is off there. And why is this locked? Or will we just, as we are reverting that here? Okay, maybe it couldn't SVN. Okay, maybe the embarrassingly perilous stuff couldn't subversion lock all the... Oh, shit. Yeah, this massive scripting is at times a little bit error prone, or maybe I'm doing it in not perfect. Oh, this is still running. Or maybe this log was running on some... Can the last few running jobs... still 3 jobs running. Okay, maybe don't do it like that. Okay, this failed just as expected. Yeah, this is also white space damage. Thank you very much. I mean, they remove that, they add that. I mean, we can but yeah, 2023, you need to retype this shit just because people use web stuff to develop. Or also, I mean, okay, you could also blame the tools of... Does this even... Okay, because it's not in the... It's in... Maybe if we wrap this through Kate. Alright, I need to use... Okay, that did something, but... Okay, this also has spaces. Nah. Cool, those flickers. Yay, the future is now Wayland and stuff. Also, to be fair, I didn't run it through Wayland. Actually, you know what? Let's test Wayland. It's probably through X window. Just I'm curious. This should be Wayland. Okay, it flickers too. Way amazing. Modern software stuff, amazing. So, hello again to India. Really impressed, happy to hear that. You shouldn't text while driving, be careful man, unless you're a passenger. Does this clean up recursively? Okay, it did. Okay, this embarrassing parallel stuff didn't really help. I'm not sure if it worked at all, to be honest. Okay, let's unfortunately rerun it serialized. So yeah, let's... It sucks a bit, but it is what it is. Maybe, hopefully, if we are lucky, at least we already reverted some, and this because I run this over svnst for all those files. Yeah, we don't have the most. I mean, theoretically, you know what? Let's do it differently. This takes too long for my taste. This we can. These are so few that we can literally. It's like, yeah, we can even cut delimiter /field 5 or so, and then these are so few we can. Doesn't always work, but in this case it works. Field 1, and then let's just commit. So, and then we're done. It probably should be fine. Famous last words. So G set to L set where possible. Small access downloads. Not the most, but any more modern download. Welcome. Maybe we probably should change our data to test auto migrating. Although probably everything that didn't download now will probably not download, yeah, whatever. So, and then we just svn revert all the other desks. I believe we have there at least one change, maybe LibreOffice. Yeah. So that is just for all the DL. It's like, yeah. Fix LibreOffice for newly for no, not recompressed downloads. It's probably fine. Hopefully, famous last words didn't test that. Should have marked it untested. Okay, so that is more downloads. Even snappier downloads for all of you playing along at home. And cheers. Then I have here improvements. So this is better logging, and so it's mostly in like polishing diagnostics and stuff. but also some error codes. Lastly, improved download diagnostics, lastly improved and denoised. Diagnostics fixed some cases to return some download and check cases to return an error code. And then we can now go here, and basically so bset cat. So because we just run here some compressor, right? Check some. So basically we get rid of all this previously custom code. That's just, by the way, I have a meeting. Let me check my meeting schedule. Back in a second. Should be in 1 hour. Not that I miss my precious meetings. You will not even believe what kind of meeting I will have in 1 minute. So, check some decompress and check some compressors or whatever. Linux filter compressor. How do we call this compressor further? Compressor, whatever. Decompress check common tables, whatever. So basically, okay, actually we can get rid of all this code. Isn't that amazing? That is an amazing refactoring. We love, don't we love deleting chunks of code? So local compressor equals compressor for x gset file, and then if instead of all this repetitive stuff, compressor, then decompress and check some. Alright, I deleted it. Nah. Stupid pen. Do we even, you know what, this is so obvious we don't really need to comment, do we? So then, because then we just run compressor, the file is all the same, compressor that, checksum that, remove that. This is all repetitive, right? Checksum, this is LCD. Did we add LCD? Compress. I didn't hit LSIP yet. Should we have this alphabetically sorted? Probably we should have quality here. B, X, Y, Z, L, Z also. And you see how it, and that is why you share code, right? To have one common place to fix and substitute it all, and fix and match and stuff. Else that actually I had this there already. So we had did I delete already lots of, okay, that was very clever. We see this in, yeah, we just committed that, right? So we can, basically we can, why is, oh, this is just tar. Okay, we don't recompress it anymore, so basically tar would be raw here, right? Where do we have executes? So this is just here. So that is in the else block of else that phi of that. And we should of course take greetings to Costa Rica. Love International. We also had at Rock Linux. We had at least one developer, a regular developer, contributing from Costa Rica 20 years ago. And by the way, it would be so amazing. Of course, with some people we have contacts and stuff, like online social media contact and stuff. Social media, because people are so far away, right? One good Rock Linux friend from previously close here is now in the USA and stuff. It would be so amazing if some of those folks, so that we had so many, we had dozens of people, I mean, it is retrospectively so sad. I mean, people also moved on, right? It's not only because of the fork, but the fork was also not only due to me, right? I will not, I should also not talk, I mean, I could talk about all in each detail, but I shouldn't for personal reasons. This fork stuff from Rocklinux was not only just due to me, right? There was just so much different things going on. In retrospect, it is so unfortunate. But this is also like how people think, different people things, and also people moving on in life just otherwise ruins an open source project, right? And it, like you see live on YouTube, right? It takes so many efforts, like running a Linux distribution is a full-time job, right? And yeah, what I wanted to say is it would be so amazing if more, we had from Singapore, Netherlands, Costa Rica, and basically all over the world. I'm not sure if China, but I mean 20 years ago, probably not China. I don't remember, but maybe there was. But yeah, but basically everywhere. Would be so cool if more people would notice it and just say hi or come back, try it out just as a hobby or send a patch of stuff, or like come and hang and social and stuff. This would be really cool. So compressor checksum RM, so basically this stuff. So I will double check that we have all of them in grabbing the diff. Right, so this was all repetitive stuff. And then so all of this stuff, then else here phi. So checksum testing that file. Local compressor for extension. If we have a compressor, then decompress, compressor without P. And checksum, all of this, always download error. And this is how you make refactor code, deleting probably 2 dozen lines of code, making everything better. Because what did we do better? We also made better our compressed patch stuff to previously only accept our own compressor. Now it accepts any compressor. Does it source download that? So it's like that whatever. Yeah. So theoretically, like to do with our temp file or whatever. Okay, let's see if that works. Download Linux. Does it? No. Nah, okay, so this info is also stupid. So I improved already. Let's do this in 2 commits, because like I could just edit this, but of course professionals keep this in separate, like separate commits by topic and function stuff. Hi there, Met key, so Met tick, Met 4, whatever. Good afternoon to the US, to the North Americas. Can you try download? Download mine. This could be, it should come from a, yes, this is probably, yeah, it's some garbage site, so I need to put it on the mirror, right? So this is, so, yeah, because on the mirrors, I basically need to manually, yeah, we have a set standard. So this yeah, I probably need to run some shell script on our mirror thing and reconverts it to the original compressor. It's like, yeah, so that sucks a bit. Trapex says Heiko has support upstream for GCC 14. I read this. Doesn't really affect us the most, but of course amazing. So yeah, so that is the fallout. Like, yeah, we change stuff. So because now our newly changed stuff would expect the original uncompressed file in the mirror. We will have some of those things. I mean, it should be not that many, but yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Need to do that. So right, I wanted to change the download for mirror none. So that is what I previously cleaned. So that is var append info. I did this today, and I don't want to see this message anymore. I believe here a new line. That's a bit silly, but it is what it is. And then, so that changes that to only output that for download none using original nodes. So there, and so that only should output that if it's actually downloading something. Okay, it downloads. So this worked. Info found cache mirror. Okay, we don't need to download it here. Let's try something we probably should have, like maybe Lua. Okay, so this also triggered me, right? I fixed this today because the issue is if you script that, then you have, like, instead of something, if you see syntax errors or other errors, like iterating over 5,000 packages, which I did today, it's like super annoying, right? Pro tip, like keep like informal warning and error stuff to a useful amount and only output it if something's really done, right? So like, yeah, so this probably does work. Let's BC2 already we have, it's like CMake or something. We like, yeah, found cached mirror that download CMake crash. Like ideally I would even have this a little bit. So I mean, previously it was even more, right? I basically further improved that today. So it's already better. It's still room for improvement, but yeah. So did this G set is, do they really only have, let's check that package. Do they really not have a modern download for this embarrassingly massive gateware of tar? Oh, not found, are you freaking kidding me? Okay, this comes from, okay, if this comes from there. Okay, my child called, so. Ja, Junior. Ich muss mal, or do you want to, yeah, we're live on YouTube. Yeah, you want to see me, I know. So, the usual family entertainment later. So improvements. So we still, so this works. What have we done? So, all right, so let's commit this first. What do we download? So yeah, that is the mirror message. So that this only shows, I added this infrastructure earlier. Oh, by the way, CMake, it's like, yeah, they have gazillion downloads, but a better compressed, excuse me, better compressed image is like, yeah, quite some stuff, but it's like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, 10 megabyte could be worse. It could be a Windows zip, right? So further improve scripts download to, like, I'm always with present or past tense here. I think, I mean, I've done it, right? It's finished. So further or further, I'm always, maybe I should check Linux kernel commits. Further improve scripts download to print no mirror info on actual downloads. Or further improve scripts download to print no mirror info on actual downloads. Likewise, probably. Then let's merge that here, and probably, so yeah, the way we test this now is, or we finally verify this, is diff that and then grab here like matches with pipe. So either does this, oops, does this work alone? Or this works alone. All those interruptions, how should people concentrate like that? So gset, actually we could have copy and pasted that previously, right? Gset t, gset, we probably, actually, you know what, even better match would probably be closing. There we go. So let's copy and that probably for a quick test and for comparison here to, still have that somewhere. Look here. So gset, okay, look, we have here gset, and should have copied this. I mean, I copied that earlier, just I remember I actually deleted that. So we have that, k lset t lset, we have z. So tar was previously none, so that matches to nothing. Set we have x set, I mean, maybe there exists t, x set, here x, y set. How does set, okay, it doesn't matter in most of these sorts. So x set, and the only thing is, does anyone use t x set maybe? Yeah. B set, okay, we had this deleted because I was initially not sure how I merge that, but we do. TBP set, and probably 20 years ago some people used even TB set, or maybe, who knows, maybe set standard, all the set standard stuff. Yeah, I didn't copy all of that. Yeah, pro tip, copy it and then don't touch it. T set standard, T set standard, maybe in order of T set standard. Is it even set standard? Does someone even use it? So I might have added a few because I wasn't sure who will use what when this was completely new. Okay, we probably don't use it currently. Maybe we don't add the random unused stuff. This is even T set standard T set st. What? What do you even have left here? Tx set T set st T set st T set. No, this does not. Where is our, so there is some set st. Previously using set st, set standard, I believe. The others we don't really use, right? T set st, ZST. Maybe we only add there what is actually being used. And there is TXZ. Yeah, but that is maybe someone is using. Should I check that? What do you mean with that? TXZ, maybe that is used by someone? Or not? Okay, maybe those old-fashioned short forms nobody's using. There was TGZ previously, right? So TGZ, surely someone must have used. So yeah, that exists. And TBZ, probably too, huh? A couple of times. So yeah, looks like maybe in the others. TLZ. I mean, maybe I added some just in case. So LZ we have to, we also have TLZ now. Okay, maybe we don't support the old traditional short forms where it wasn't used. Is TBZ2 used currently? Yeah, TBZ2 is used. Also, is that used? Okay, TBZ is apparently not used, so let's maybe delete that. Don't need to have here all vintage, maybe potentially 20 years ago used for something. Left here. Okay, so is that better? Is it final? Set standard, right? Okay, fine. Let's see if that works. Let's download. Okay, here we have all downloads, right? Move download to download to. Let's download CMake. Also, yeah, no recompression, right? Okay, remove that. Okay, so the only things that probably works, and then we need to patch the Linux kernel, unfortunately. Oh, Vienna. And greetings to Vienna, of course, and everyone else out there watching, sharing, liking, and subscribing. Did I even put tap water in there? Hope I did. Usually I put tap water. Not there. Drink pure expensive lemonade. Good. So let's commit that too. That would be download and scripts function. So, all right. This is actually twofold. Okay, let's first commit then. Edit new. And use and apply patches or something. What was the function name? Patch files. Of course. I mean, theoretically, we could name the other function not extension, but get a compressor from file. No, there. Add new compressor for. You know what? We could have just named it get compressor. Would that be something? That would be probably more modern. Get compressor from whatever. This is a much better name. I can agree with. And this is of course why sometimes stuff is renamed. Just that this time we rename it before we actually commit it. Much better naming, not sure why I didn't. Yeah, but if you daily work with a 25-year-old code base with at times not perfect names, then we should test this with something. Do we have something to download? What would be something? I don't, maybe probably have everything here, right? Thunder. Oh, I didn't have that. That does something. So yeah, and that is one of those massive downloads that previously would have recompressed, and then even on this epic thread-ripping Horizon, we would have waited here half a minute or even longer for that to recompress. Also, hey, 0 frames. Today our Vodafone's failing. Doxus works a bit. And so that's the difference, right? Get compressor T, and this is why we test stuff. Get compressor T. Yeah. This would probably wipe everything. Maybe I should. Because previously that had recompressed everything, so now it would clean everything. Nothing like downloading it twice. Sorry, Mozilla. Maybe we should load something less big, like Ruby. Yeah, didn't it? All right, because I don't have all the files because we had previously recompressed them. Yeah, the only drawback for all hardcore mainline T2 developers, it will probably reload most things. That is, yeah, it's a one-time. Of course, we could add code for that, but I think it's not worth it right now. If we would have 10,000 of developers out there, which we are working on. Let's see if this apply patch file still works with a Linux kernel. Wait, does this? Okay, it does work. I believe, did it? Yeah, it patched all the stuff. By the way, did I see? I thought they have xset. Did we not? Did this not load? They have xset. Why did we not load that? How did our auto conversion not find that? Maybe I need to maybe after all I will. I mean, I have one code line in our data AI too, but probably only on a failing download. I believe, like, if the download fails, then try xset. Maybe I should change data and the neural network kinda positronic brain of our data to try xset first and basically try to convert everything to xset, because that is what's now most commonly used, except GitHub, which is a shame. Maybe I should file a ticket at issue at GitHub main core proper of like, hey, don't you want to, or do they actually? We should probably check that, but probably not. Is this, because this is probably a manual download, so upload, so probably, oops. Except this probably will not blend, will it now? 4.4. Hey, hello, download, Linux kernel foundation. Are you okay? Are we rate limited now because we downloaded too much shit from you? 0 frames, so okay, fine. It's probably fine. So we need that for, okay, fine. Let's download this in parallel, hopefully, maybe. Added new get compressor function and use in apply patch files to support all now possible upstream downloads. Also, I guess. Or add, actually, did we use present tense in the previous? Add new get text compressor function to use in apply patch files to Support all no possible upstream downloads. One last check. You know what, we copy and pasted that and we have spaces there. No, probably, oops, probably copy and paste it with a mouse or something. No. And that is why our amazing 15-year-old commit script highlights this in prominent color. Okay, this probably didn't update. Okay, we could actually double check this. Let's nothing like overdoing this here. Because we saved this once and because this patch might be big and you might run like implement this likely from gigahertz class machine 15 years ago, so with 5,000 files or so. And so that's probably finally it. If you download the Linux kernel, Linux kernel org, are you okay? So, refactor scripts download to use new get compressor and void repeated open coded decompression and check some matching. New shared repetitive avoid repetitive, is it even spelled correctly? Repetitive, repetitive open coded decompression checksum matching, probably fine. Typos who didn't scream now are on your then. And so checksum error. No such file. Oops. Did we maybe clean that while we downloaded or some shit? Sorry, Linux kernel, we need to download this again. Yeah, that's mostly it. I only need to check the, except testing, right? That's mostly it, except testing. The only substitute for testing is more testing. 4.4%. I think the Linux kernel org doesn't like us. We download stuff a zillion times. It's like 6144, right? Yeah. We still need to, I deleted the sources, very clever. Hello Linux kernel, I believe our internet can be faster. Actually, you know what, we probably need Firefox too, because yeah, basically we need to re-download everything. That's a little bit unfortunate, but okay, so download can probably be faster, just with all the security fixes and mitigations. Probably kernel org as usual. The whole world, its favorite server, embedded edge, cloud and stuff operating system. So how much 60, whatever. Like I wished, by the way, do they not have human readable download stuff? That is auto scales maybe? That is a little bit, yeah. Like download. So this is, was it -G? Get used object data? No, this was, what was it? Progress. I just had that today. What was the freaking command line option for that? Curl human readable scale download. Probably a feature that only I wish for. Checksum error? Why does this checksum error? There is something not perfect. That should usually be the same. So except cat, right? Oh wait, this is. Wait, what do we have here? Make checksum. This is basically also we should reuse. Why is this also open coded here? Make checksum. Actually, we have here this is also bns. Why is this? Is this uncompress? Compress. Recompress? What even was the freaking? We have here uncompress, but oh no, there I have it. It's a bit strange now that we have this. I thought I copied that. Uncompress, B unsub2, L sub D. Set standard. Why do we not use set standard cut? L sub. Okay, so L sub doesn't have a L sub cut. Maybe not, at least not there. So yeah, quickly change something. Of course it takes 1 hour there, 1 hour there to quickly change something, but of course an investment well made. Get compressor for X. If not file otherwise. Nothing like deleting old code here. Yeah, if you wonder why did it end up like this, but probably 15 years ago we had these 3 entries or so, B sub 2, G set and B sub 2, and then we added set standard or like X set and stuff, and like yeah, once you had 2 or 3 entries, and then like a decade later you have 4 or stuff, so this is why sometimes some cleanup is not the first thing. Compressor. Yeah, we just need to fix some bugs that we probably still have there. Okay, that worked. This is a G set that worked too. What would be probably not that or that is an X set. Okay, Okay, that worked too. Why does, or maybe we fixed something now, who knows, maybe it is. Do we have more of this? Do we have this duplicated a second time? Ah. Okay, I mean here we have some pretty text, so whatever. That's the most important, but nah. So the formatting triggers me a little bit between capitalized and not, but let's give that another try. Did I download that? One more try, otherwise I need, yeah. It's basically it, we're mostly through. I don't really expect to be, I mean, except, yeah, I need to repopulate the mirror. Some historic stuff will not download except coming from our mirror. Maybe I should manually like mine and stuff, but somehow Linux kernel is busy. I don't really think it's our doxes today because other stuff. Did we? I think this is resuming. This is jump to 13, so we, yeah, trying to resume. It's also written there for those who can read. We could probably further streamline this by removing this info and changing, like if it's trying to resume a previous download, then we could get rid of this. Like I want to make everything more streamlined and more professional, right? As a first impression counts. If everything is printed strange, then of course it turns people away. So to streamline it further would also be like remove that and change that. Like if it's redownloading to resuming here, like downloading or resuming, just to each line counts. What do we have here? Operation too slow. Hello Linux kernel. Did you apply too many security mitigations, or what's up with Linux kernel log today? Because we have 0 for some change, we have 0 frames. So that's it for this video. It was as usual long enough with some interruptions and stuff. But yeah, this is like, if you refactor stuff, should we? Now, actually, my recommendation is, my question would have been, should we have refactored earlier? Probably not, because we only added LSAT and X set standard 3 years ago. I mean, it takes a while, right? And I would also suggest not to refactor too often, like never touch a running system too much. I'm the first who hates broken and breaking stuff and regressions. So yeah, I would say like obviously don't refactor yearly and not be yearly, like maybe every 5 to 10 years, like, or stuff, like have some serious significant development, or like if it really is necessary. I mean, if you really programmed total shit a year or two ago, like maybe then earlier. Is this working now, or is it still? Otherwise I need to extract that. Somehow we get a download error. Maybe the previous download was errored. I need to check what's going on there. Might be valid, might be not. The other stuff downloads. So yeah, this is accept. So like maybe our download checksum there is really off, or who knows what is going on the Linux kernel land. Ah wait, we changed that for some. I know, maybe the checksum is correct and some previously it was wrong. So we previously maybe damaged that so much. That is probably going on here. That is no wonder that it's not freaking working. Let's maybe not re-download it. Let's move it here. It's enough. Appears Linux kernel is already hammered enough. Let's download check Linux. So probably we checked on this with broken interim. Okay, the patch. Alright, we have 10. Okay. This one was also broken. Thank you very much. Probably should. Yeah, I will notice soon. I mean, with the next package commits, I will soon notice whether there still is a bug in there. But yeah, you change stuff, you cause bugs. No surprise here. So this was video. I have to prepare for some conference call. Alright, and then I also need to read if this bloody LVM patch there. It's like, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this, learned something. As usual, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Maybe Patreon or GitHub sponsorship or YouTube membership for all those efforts here for your favorite Linux distribution. Also, yeah, I need to read if this is it. That's it for this video. Or you know what? We could, you know, let's wipe also my builds, probably all of them, and download config x86 required because most files we don't have now. Alright, this is all the Linux header for reasons. So yeah, basically, so the reason I clean this now is, of course, testing what we change, or nothing like rebuilding the T2 open source operating system world here, and nothing better to test than testing a full clean rebuild. This is why I have this download required running to not further delay my build here with missing downloads, so that when the main build of actually building that hits there, the files are hopefully already there. Have a good day, night, and I hope to see you soon for the next fun stuff to come.